it doesn't happen overnight, but your business will just slowly start stealing from you. It starts with, well, it's a missed dinner. Well, then it's, got to work the weekend again. And then before you know it, it's a habit. And pretty soon, one of the spouse that's at home, typically the wife, not always, is feeling like she's running the family, the whole house, all by herself with no help. And the one running the business is just pedaling as hard as they can, trying to get ahead ride the wave, get ahead of the curve, and get some margin in their life. Well, hello friends, it's Jason and Rochelle Phillips right here, joining you from the beautiful Dallas, Texas. And we want to chat with you tonight about the upcoming marriage boot camp. We're super excited about this. We've been married for how long?
Do you not know?
Oh yeah, I think I know.
Do you?
That's the day all my dreams came true.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when was it?
So we're coming up on 31 years.
That's right.
31 years. Yeah. So we've been through a lot. We've been through ups and we've been through downs, and through most of that time we've owned a business. And that brings a whole nother level of complication and stress to the marriage and to the family. Sometimes you can feel your business can take all of your mental energy and all of your physical energy, and it ends up leaving your relationship running on fumes, literally running on fumes. And some of you guys, you both work in a business, some of you don't, but you come home and you're worn out. And the kids want to play, and well, you don't have the energy to play, and all you can think about is businesses, because businesses, they're just, when you run a business, there's a stress and a weight that you carry. And then you've got things like this and your email that you just simply can't get away from, So what are we going to do this evening?
So we're going to talk about the business couples marriage retreat that's going to be in September, and it's going to be in Maui in Hana, one of our favorite places to go in the whole wide world. But tonight we're gonna answer any questions, tell you exactly what the trip is going to include, pricing, all the details.
Yep.
And then we're hoping and praying that this will be a reset that your family could use too. So,
when we start our businesses, we have this dream that we want a better life for our family. Pretty much everybody I've talked to that started their business, they just wanted a better future. They weren't necessarily looking to, be Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk and make all the money in the world. They just wanted a good life for their family.
Mm-hmm.
And they saw starting their business as a vehicle to do that. But what happens is slowly that business just creeps. It creeps into your life, and there is no 5 p.m. For business owners. Now you can try to draw those lines, and some people are better at it than others. And I got to be honest, I've been terrible about drawing that line, because my mind is just always thinking about business, and so much so that I literally have to schedule on my calendar downtime and dates and vacations and things like that, or else I will just stay in work mode. You know me, like I'm like the Energizer Bunny. And I know a lot of you guys and gals out there are like me. You're not all like me, but a lot of you guys, we have that in common. And so, but it doesn't happen overnight, but your business will just slowly start stealing from you. It starts with, well, it's a missed dinner. Well, then it's, got to work the weekend again. And then before you know it, it's a habit. And pretty soon, one of the spouse that's at home, typically the wife, not always, is feeling like she's running the family, the whole house, all by herself with no help. And the one running the business is just pedaling as hard as they can, trying to get ahead ride the wave, get ahead of the curve, and get some margin in their life. And there's always a new season, and there's always a new problem. It could be people problems, cash flow problems. It could be lead flow or sales problems or production problems, or you can't find enough people, or 1,000 other things, legal problems. And you're carrying all of this stuff. And what happens is it just slowly can break down, and pretty soon, before you know it, that intense passion between the two of you can be boiled down, not boiled down. It can be squashed to where you're almost just running a business at home, where everybody's got their things that they're doing at home, and you're just trying to keep track of the kids and make sure that everybody shows up to school on time with their homework done and the bills are paid and the house is clean. And you're just like going through the motions at home, but you're not, those intimate moments where you just stare into each other's eyes and that connection, your business can just steal that. And I'm so glad that's not where we're at anymore. There was a time in our early years where I was just going, and you were just popping out babies left and right. I'm not sure how that happened, but you were popping out babies left and right. And so you were busy on your own as well during that time. So, but you know, what happens is pretty soon your presence is gone from your family. And even if you are present in body, you're not present in mind. And I've been guilty of that many times. And so, and it takes your peace away. It takes your sleep. You've got spreadsheets and problems going through your mind as you're trying to sleep. And not to dig into that so much, but the bottom line is what was supposed to be this amazing thing for your family and your relationship, starting a business, it then becomes a burden, and it's like a trap, and you can't get out. And rather than fueling your dreams, it's just putting you in prison. And you stop going to the gym, you stop taking time to eat right, and you go through the drive-through and you're eating fast food, and it's so all of a sudden, you know, you're gaining weight, your blood pressure's going up, and you start having health problems and sleep problems, and it all is just this downward spiral that is absolutely terrible. And I see guys and gals that have been stuck in that for decades, and it's not right. And what we want to do is we want to help. And so this marriage retreat, what we're going to do, well, we'll talk about that more in a minute. I've been doing most of the talking here, baby.
That's normal.
I want you to say a few words.
Yeah, that's totally, you know, we've been through that pressure. We know that pressure. We survived it, and we've not just survived it, but healed from it, honestly. And that's what this retreat is all about, really, is that reconnection. And we don't want you to see your business can become, like he was saying, in prison. You know, that's why we have contractor freedom, and your business can become a prison. And we don't want your marriage to be that too. We don't want prison marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
We want, freedom,
look,
marriage.
Look, here's the deal.
It's a totally different ball game when you're on the other side of it. And it doesn't mean we're perfect and have it all figured out, but we've learned a lot of things along the way and managed and fought through together to get to where we're at. We survived it, and we've not just survived it, but healed from it, honestly. And that's what this retreat is all about, really, is that reconnection. And we don't want you to see your business can become, like he was saying, in prison. You know, that's why we have contractor freedom, and your business can become a prison. And we don't want your marriage to be that too. We don't want prison marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
We want, freedom marriage.
Look, here's the deal.
It's a totally different ball game when you're on the other side of it. And it doesn't mean we're perfect and have it all figured out, but we've learned a lot of things along the way and managed and fought through together to get to where we're at.
Yeah, we have a pretty amazing life and an amazing marriage, but we've really been through some tough times.
It's work.
And
it's not always sunshine and rainbows and unicorns and roses.
You've birthed 5 kids. You've been through cancer twice.
Yeah.
And there's just been some enormous. We've had financial problems along the way.
Yeah.
Years ago, there was a time I thought I was going to lose the business, and have you been there? Can you feel all this stuff? Okay. And am I the only one here? I don't think so.
It doesn't matter if you're not in the business on a daily basis, if you're the one staying at home raising the kids, or even if you have a different job. When I roll over and it's 4 a.m, and I know he went to bed at 2, but it's 4 a.m. and he's gone already because he's up working on something, those are the times where it affects everybody. And the stress that's on dad when he comes home, it affects the whole entire household. The atmosphere changes when he walks in the door if there's that stress.
And here's the thing. When you're stressed out, when I'm stressed out, I get grumpy. What happens to you when you get stressed out? Do you get grumpy?
No, he doesn't say grumpy. He says, I'm just being passionate.
No, that's
yes,
different.
You do.
No, that's different.
No,
that's different.
That's not different. It feels the same.
Hey, we've got Daniel on with us, and Lawrence and Philip. Hey, guys.
Oh, yay.
Hey, guys. Where's our lady? Do we not have any ladies listening tonight? Maybe there's some ladies out here with us.
Get your wives.
So, oh my God.
I lost your train of thought.
Yes,
sorry.
But I mean, look, this is real. And our business needs to serve our lives. And so here's kind of the point, a couple of the key things about the marriage retreat is we need to take this business that's been sleeping right between the two of us, wanting to get all in between us and own our lives. And we need to set it right over here in the back seat and say, no, you're going to serve our lives. We're not going to serve you. So that means there's certain things, a way we've got to think about the business, and that's going to change the way we run the business. And then we need to reignite the passion here. Look, we can always live another day if we lose money. If your business goes bankrupt, you can still live another day. You can make more money. What you can never get back is that time with your spouse and that time with your children. You've got approximately 18 summers with your children, and they're gone.
It's not enough.
Or their life changes, and it's not enough. Our youngest is 19.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, friends, it goes by that. We have 5 kids, and it has gone by like that. And sometimes it just thinking back to those memories, it brings tears that those old days are gone. But we've got the present days, and I'm so thankful. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. When I was walking Samantha down the aisle at that little chapel, our first daughter, and I was marching her right down the aisle to marry Ian, great son-in-law. And in those few moments, that 30 seconds, every key moment, I say key moment, all of these memorable moments in my life with Samantha as her dad, teaching her how to walk, teaching her how to ride a bike, teaching her how to swim, teaching her how to drive a car, all of these key moments in her life and all the games I went to. And I'm so thankful that I didn't miss out on all these moments with any of my children. But there was a time we were on a path in our early days when I was working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. And I was missing a lot of stuff for a period of time, for a couple of years. I was missing a lot of stuff. And that's when I had this amazing moment. I'm not going to go into that, but I made a decision that I was going to run my business differently. So, because it was going to serve my life. I mean, what are you even building this business for if it's just going to run all over your family? Well,
the big question is if you didn't have your wife or your kids, wouldn't you still work the same as you are now? You'd still work a job. You'd still maybe own a business or go to work for someone else. That doesn't change. The part that has to change is the part when you come home and who are you and who do you want to be after you've been at work all day long.
Yeah. So there, it's tough because you go to work and you've got all these customers and vendors and employees. They're like hungry little birdies in a nest, and you got to bring them a worm constantly. And you can just pour out to serve them so much. And then you go home and you're looking to get a refresh. And the wife's like, here, take this baby. I need a break. Because the wife's just been waiting for you to get home all day. And I know raising a baby is hard. It's not like even 8 to 5. It's 24/7. Okay. And so that can cause friction. I'll never forget this. When the kids were little, I would come home and I would want to just go chill and eat dinner and decompress. And Rochelle's like, let's go to the mall. I've been cooped up in this house all day long.
I didn't have a car.
She didn't have a car. Take me to the mall.
And I didn't want to buy anything. I just wanted to get out of the house, go walk around, see people, look at things. It was just, I needed to not just be in 4 walls with a baby all day long. It was when we just had Samantha.
We want to reignite a passion here, and we want to develop and renew the vision for the couple or the family future. And what part does that business in the backseat play? And what part do you play? And what part do I play? And how are we going to do this together?
Right. That's the big thing, is together. Because I know that a lot of times there's different seasons going in and out of different things where it's things that I can't be a part of because it's over my head. I'm not in the business every single day right now. I'm, at home taking care of, Samantha and Lucy with me all day. And so my whole life is shifted to back at home, which is fine. And I'm so happy to be able to do this. And I'm grateful. But there are things that I can't help him with. And so, when he talks to me about things now, I'm kind of like, I have to play catch up a little bit to try to figure out what's been going on and who's this new person. I haven't even met some of the new people at the company right now because I've just been taking care of the girls. And so life's different again. And we're just kind of hanging on, going through, well, what's next? But I think that being together and on the same page is a really important thing, because I can get lost real quick in when I feel like he's doing this and I'm doing this, because I have my things I'm doing at home and he has his things he's doing at work.
Doing this and this?
It can be this and this, or it can be just this, or sometimes it's this. It can be all the things. Anyways, whatever the way is, you just want to make sure it needs to go back this way.
It needs to be like this.
There has to be a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Or you lose it all.
So, I mean, and literally, Rochelle and I are created our personalities are very different. And that's one of the things that I think attracts us so much to each other.
Or makes us want to kill each other.
Yeah. And so when we're on the same page, I feel like we're like
unstoppable force.
That's right.
You say that all the time.
Duo. But when we're not in sync, oh man.
Watch out.
So there's another key. Okay.
What's the key?
And I've said this many times. I'm going to say it again. If I could go back to my 20-something-year-old self, and grab one tool out of the pile and put it in my toolbox that I could use, it's going to be learning about DISC personality, the DISC model of human behavior. This made such a difference in my life. And friends, you guys hear me talk about this, and we, when we're talking about designing roles for employees and putting people in the right roles and solving problems at work, that's all true. But the first place where it's actually started, where I started to see the power of this, was in my own relationship. When Rochelle read my DISC assessment for the first time, she reads it and she's like, I'm gonna impersonate you.
Okay. Well, you said you had to be nice.
I'm gonna turn this way.
Be nice.
I'm gonna turn this way when I do it. I just thought you were a jerk. I didn't know that's the way God made you.
I don't think I said that though. See, that's not nice.
No, but I like telling the story that way.
I know you do.
No, she
but
didn't
I'm
say
not
it that way.
like that's not who I am.
She didn't say it that way. I know.
I didn't say it like that.
But the reality is, when I read hers, I'm like,
oh, now I know how to manipulate her better. He didn't say
that's
that.
the fun and games part. Okay.
I was just kidding.
No, but the reality is, I began to see, like, wow, all this friction that she and I have about going fast and going slow and wanting to get tasks done or wanting to be with people, and I read her DISC report, and it opened my eyes, and I began to appreciate this woman in a whole new way. And we had been married for 15 years by this point,
probably.
And I'm like, wow, this is how she is. And when this happens and she does this, I need to recognize that. And when I do this, I can recognize that. And it's like, and then when she learned about it as well, it really helped us avoid conflict, resolve conflict, appreciate each other more.
Yeah.
It helped us be better parents to each of our unique children.
Yeah.
Okay. And so this has been a game changer. And we want to spend some time in Maui teaching you about this for your relationship and your family, because it will be a game changer for you. It will be, and it's actually pretty simple. It's pretty simple. It's not like complex.
It is. Guys are simple. Yes.
Okay. So yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Just kidding. Not really.
So if you think about this, what typically starts arguments? Misunderstandings, missed expectations.
Poor questions.
Poor questions. I think I already started that. Okay, poor questions. But also it could be unspoken or unreasonable expectations.
Right. Like I assume that he knows exactly what I mean and think and want and need without expressing any of it.
I mean, I want you to read my mind.
Right. Makes sense.
When it's about the things I want you to do.
Right.
I want you to know those.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Okay. So, but it's about the communication and the way we talk to each other. And look, at the end of the day, not the end of the day, but this woman here is a gift that God gave to me. And rather than trying to chisel off of her the things I don't like, I need to water the seeds that God already put in her. And my job as a husband is to help her grow and bloom and become all that God has called her to be. And vice versa, the same for her. But it's very easy to be stressed and then just to say a word or be curt with one another. And what I really want is I want to walk in the door every day from work and I want my wife to go, "Oh my gosh, you're home," and just jump on me and grab my neck. Okay.
You're so funny.
That's what I want.
I know what you want. You've told me. I'm sorry. But can't do it.
So
do you want to cuddle?
Anyways.
I don't.
Oh my gosh. You are cracking me up. Okay. So we're going to go spend 7 days. And what are we going to do each day? The types of things. What's the typical schedule?
I have no idea.
Okay, fine. I'll take it from here. Okay, fine. Okay. So at the resort, each day, we're gonna have some classroom time, probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours, okay, in the morning, and then we're gonna go, and we may hop in our Jeeps and drive to one of the beaches that are just a few minutes away, lay on the beach, eat some huli chicken, or play in the waves, or do a basic hiking trip. Or we can just stay at the resort pool, the infinity pool. Last time we were there, we did a lot of that, just laid out in the sun. They've got a bartender there. They'll bring you food and drinks. And so we could do that as well. But we'll
walk to the food trucks.
Or walk to the food trucks, which is pretty cool. So we'll have some seminar time each day, but we'll eat together and we'll go do some hikes. We're planning out some. We know all the things to do there. We've been there a lot. And so we're going to plan out some stuff. And hey, it's optional. If you want to chill and stay in the room or whatever during that time, that's fine. That's up to you. Also available for every couple that comes. This is optional, but you can have a one-on-one counseling session with Rochelle and I. And we could help you work through some problems and maybe I was going to say IDS. That's if you guys do EOS, we'll identify, discuss, and solve some issues. This event has to be small and intimate, and so we've only got room for a max of 10 couples, maximum 10 couples. And so if you want in on this, I would say go ahead and get your seat now. And book your hotel and start working on your flights. It's the best time to do that. We would love to have you. We want to pour into your lives, and we're certainly not trying to say that we are perfect. We're far from perfect,
no.
But we're growing every day and we're learning, and we've come a long way. And I mean, as a person, I've come a long way from who I was when we first got married.
Yes.
And I'm thankful that I'm not that man anymore. I'm thankful for the knowledge that I have now that allows me to be a better husband and father. So we're really hoping that you guys are going to come join us, and that you'll go back and live with greater freedom, greater purpose, and greater impact. That's the bottom line. That's why we do all of this. Every event for Contractor Freedom is to help you, have more freedom and live with greater freedom, purpose, and impact. We want to pour into the lives of leaders, and as business owners, you are leaders, and as parents, you are leaders. And so we just want to pour into your life and see you just become all that you can become. So that's all we have for you guys tonight. We love you. Rochelle, do you have any closing thoughts? Maybe not. You don't have to. Okay.
I'm good.
All right. So, I'm going to post the registration link in there. And so the registration page, it'll have 2 pages. The first page is just going to say reserve my seat. And then the second page is kind of detail those. We kind of went through those expenses. There's more details on the second page of the registration site that'll talk about, here's how you book your hotel. So you can click in there and browse and see the different hotel costs and choose what dates.
Because it's a lot. It's too much for us to just tell you.
Yeah, there's a lot of different options. There's like 12 different room options.
Yeah.
And so we want you to be able to pick and choose whatever you want there.
And honestly, it really doesn't matter what room you stay in. It is the most amazing. You'll have the most amazing time. It doesn't really matter where you lay your head at night.
Yeah, you're not going to spend a lot of time in your room. Well, you might. I don't think you will. But
you might.
You might. But you probably spend a lot of time at the pool, and you're going to want to be outside because it's so beautiful. Yeah, you will want to be outside. Yep. So, we love you guys. Hit us up if you have any questions. We'll talk.
Love you long time.
Love you long time. That's right. All right. Good night.